Shalom Israel. First and foremost, everyone give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash, the one to the apostles, Nels great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings. To the hope like Israel, Yahweh is the name of the Father in Hebrew, Ba'ashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the Megan Son. Background lesson. This will be another quick hit through the spirit. Came across the video, I was going to make a quick lesson, going into it, and going back to the title. It says Jake or fake. And you're going to see right here in this background, there's a video of what he appears, and looks like an Edomite. But you're going to see just, by the way of his mannerisms and the way he speaks, he could possibly be a Jake. So I just put that in the title. And usually I'll go into these from time to time if I come across a video of what appears to be, a heathen, singing, super good, or, dancing super well. You can tell and pick them apart from the rest, from those heathens that they are, different. There's something special about them. Because when you get in the scriptures later on, there's a certain spirit that resides in Jake that you can tell that they are different. Jake, is the salt of the earth. So the plays are quick. I'm not sure I'm gonna play the full thing, but just get the point, and we'll get the scriptures. So let's dive into it.
Y'all brand new on here. Stay woke. You go for a girls trip, he tell you go ahead. He chilling, ain't no pressure, he trust you. He trusts you so much, now you stop trusting him. Girl, fuck that man. I ain't going, y'all go ahead. I'm finna sit right over here with him for the weekend. He think he got me, he think he slick, he got me fucked up.
So you kind of see, has, a little bit flavor to him. And usually when you see, Edomites, pretty much, trying to talk like Jake, it appears to be, cringe and, doesn't fit. But you kind of see right here, he fits the shoe.
That shit crazy, ain't it? That shit crazy. That shit crazy.
You see, there's a little bit, flavor to him.
I ain't finna start over, cause I'm finna get the fuck up off here. Who put granddaddy through the YN training, baby? I am the YN. I just said it before you even logged on, baby. I'm on up.
So it's like possibly, could be Jake. Said Unk in the wrong color. So you see, these people, of this world can, see that, he's different. And you see many other examples of this. Let's see. So even the way he smiles is seasoned, and that's another good word right there. Seasoned. What do you got? You got flavor to him, man. So it's possibly, could be Jake. And like I, brought up that point, you can see many other examples. Many videos coming out of, like I made that point, with people singing super well or, dancing, way they move. You can just tell that there's something different about them, This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 through 14, which is really the main point I wanted. And it says, ye are the salt of the earth. And now salt is a great flavor enhancer. But also, a great preserving agent. Because also, going to, this truth is not understanding. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is sent forth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So Israel is the salt of the earth. And which is especially, speaking of the elect, they're set apart. As I brought up that point, dealing with that salt, it's a flavor enhancer, but as well as a great preserving, agent. Verse 14, ye are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill cannot be, or sorry, read one more time. Ye are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So you can just tell, there's something different about them. They're set apart. For example, Bruce Lee, you can tell that he is different from them, man. And you can see many other examples with different, types of celebrities that may appear to be a heathen, but you can tell there's something different about them also. Certain singers, But the reason top one more time is verse 13, and we'll get a few of these other scriptures, be a quick hit. But ye are the salt of the earth. What's in that salt, being a flavor enhancer. Jake, everything they touch, they bring, flavor to it. Jake is, what you see within all these industries, they're always pretty much on the top of it. Within the singing industry, the acting industry, the sports. You see in basketball, football. Jake is that salt of the earth, man. As you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is sent forth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. And it says, you have light the world, a city that set on a hill cannot be hid. So that talent, that light is going to shine, So what's in the certain spirit that resides in Jake, that you can tell and pick them apart from the rest, that they are different. There's something special about them, man. They're set apart. Especially speaking of the Lord's elect. And about the point, dealing with salt is also a great preserving agent, man. And you also got Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom, knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Psalms 91, how this truth shall be thy shield and buckler. That's another point. But now let's get these rest of these scriptures. This is John 7:24. And it says, judge not according to appearance. So it's not completely all about color. You have Jake, looking like these other nations, because you get in Deuteronomy 28:64, we have been scattered. That goes into the diaspora, the dispersion. And you have Jake across the four corners of the earth. They may look like heathen, they may look Chinese, Japanese. In the scripture known as, Ammon, Moab. It may look like Ishmaelites, Arabs. And may even look like Edomites. But it says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And we're to judge according to the spirit, man. Like everybody at that point earlier, there's a certain spirit that resides in Jake. You can tell and pick them apart from the rest, that they are different. There's something special about them, that they're set apart. So you kind of see within that video right there, he has some flavor to him, man. So that could be a Jake right there. And you see, find and look for many other examples, man. There's something different about them, Because I just, robbed that point dealing with Deuteronomy 28 going to the dispersion. So you have Jakes, all across the four corners of the earth, looking like heathen nations. You can over the course of those years, you have Jake, went into those, women of these other nations. And over the course of those years, they start to, lose, pretty much their features. So now you have Jake looking like heathens, man. But that's why you get in the scriptures, that's when you hear how the spirit, bears witness. See if it's this one let's see. I believe it's this one I wanted. Yeah, right there, shining. It says Romans 8:16. That says the spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Especially if you're able to, grasp and understand this truth. You're most definitely an Israelite. But also, you get in the book of Numbers, 1:18, it goes into how you're known, or you are determined what you are by the way of your father. So, the seed, is most definitely important. So, you may have, a lot of these Jakes, may look like Edomites or, the Chinese, Japanese, or the case may be. If their father is an Israelite, they're an Israelite. Let's say if their mother was any of these other heathen nations, if the father was an Israelite, they're going to be an Israelite. Remember, when we get that scripture later on, let's read one more time. The spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So we're not to judge, purely based off of an appearance. Because once you have Jake looking like the other nations. So we're to try the spirit. This is 1 John 4:1. That says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High. And that's because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So what's in, we're to try the spirit, whether they're of the Most High or not. But if they're an Israelite. This is Jeremiah chapter 12, In verse 9, it says, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds around about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. So, reason on top, one more time, get this main point. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. So you have Jake looking like the other nations. You're likened unto a speckled bird. And you get all the scriptures also go into the Israelite foreigners. What's in, as I brought this point earlier, dealing with Deuteronomy 28, going to, the diaspora, the dispersion. So you have Jake all over the world, man. And have lost, their appearance. Especially their ways. So you have Jake, calling themselves these other nations and following the ways after these heathen customs. But as we get in the scriptures, how in the land of captivity, we shall remember ourselves. Now we're starting to come back to who we are. Now you have Jake starting to wake up. Coming to the fact of, who we are as a people. Come back to our power, Yahweh by Shemal Shai. But this is also another point, as I brought up earlier, is in Numbers 1 and 18, and it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So you're determined what you are by the way of your father. So also going to show it's not something that you can just, raise your hand and, want to, be a part of. If your father, your seed, doesn't go back to, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes, you're not going to be an Israelite. Just how you have a lot of these, heathen nations that can also appear to look like Jake, may look so-called black, may look so-called Hispanic, may look so-called Native American. But if their father is an Edomite or any of these heathen nations, then guess what? They would be heathen. Just because their mother may be an Israelite, if the father is not an Israelite, because the father is the one that carries the seed. Read one more time. They assembled all their congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father. So you determine what you are by the way of your father. So let's say if your father was, from the tribe of Judah, and your mother was from, let's say, the tribe of, Ephraim, he would be from the tribe of Judah. As I brought up another example, let's say if the father was an Edomite and the mother was, let's say, from the tribe of Judah, they would be an Edomite. Just because they appear to look like Jake doesn't mean they're Jake. That's why we got to feel those scriptures, how we're to try them by the way of the Spirit. Whether they're of the Most High or not. And how we're not to judge according, based on appearance. And you have a lot of brothers that are within this truth. They look like an Edomite. They look like a heathen. But their seed, goes back to the nation of Israel, as well as the Spirit bears witness that they're of the Most High. That they're of the children of the Most High. Get that one more time, Rev. It's Romans. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Especially if you're able to grasp and understand this truth. You're most definitely, an Israelite, man. But it says, by the house of the fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. But that's the point right there. I want to make a quick lesson, go into that video right there. I saw on the title, Jake or Fake. And I'm watching that. From time to time, I'll, make a lesson, go into or, post a little, video. Because as we in Matthew the 5th chapter read earlier, how Jake is a salt of the earth, how salt is a flavor enhancer. So if they're Jake, they're gonna have flavor to them. They're gonna be seasoned, as read in that comment earlier. But that's the point. The Lord, why I tied it together best of my ability, and you're edified. You don't close out and give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem, El Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, and Shalom. See you next one, Lord's will.